We're going to be doing an unboxing on the Rockwood MIG 160 by Eastwood. You can get it on Eastwood's website. I think it's like $229, or at least it was when I was looking, with $15 shipping or whatever. Amazon was $249 with free shipping. So they say with this welder you can run it on 110 or 220. You can flux core, MIG weld, aluminum MIG weld, stick weld, or you can buy the stuff set it up to DC only TIG weld, so you can't TIG weld aluminum, but you can do all of that. $250 welder. We'll see what it does. I do not believe it comes with the stuff needed to TIG. So right on top you have the assembly / operating instructions. Some additional items that it says that you, I don't know, either need or can use, I guess. The Eastwood TIG torch, your gas regulator, and it even looks like a powder coat oven and powder coat gun. And then some other optional stuff. It gives you your gloves, welding wires, jackets, helmets, auto darkening, non-auto darkening, tungsten grinders, all of that, and the Eastwood part numbers. Go ahead, open the top. Looks like you get the MIG gun, the electrode for stick welding, ground clamp, a power cord for 110, and looks like the power cord on the welder is set up for 220, so you would probably just plug this into here and then plug that into 110, and a hose to hook up your regulator in your argon tank. Set all this off to the side. Now, a couple things I am already noticing, like this ground clamp is pretty short lead. The electrode for stick welding, also not very long. So if you want longer, might have to buy that separate. Looks like everything's packaged pretty well. Alright, we have the unit out of the box now. Side, Rockwood 160. Over here, looks like you get a welding guide for whether you're using MIG, gasless, with your flux core, your solid wire, what shielding gas, whether you're using CO2, 75% argon and 25% CO2, or 100% CO2, wire thickness, what gauge of the material you're welding, and then it'll give you your speed and voltages and everything else. It looks like you also have a guide for TIG and arc welding, and then some diagrams of how things need hooked up. Spot for your spool, everything down there. Again, the lead's pretty short here on the MIG, but some of what I was reading online is their MIG is intentionally set up short, so that way you can aluminum MIG weld without having to buy a spool gun. You can just run the standard MIG gun that they have. your attachment. As well as your other points to plug in, whether you're MIG or TIG or stick welding, and your ground clamp. Good protective covering on both of them. Obviously I haven't used it. Looks like you can save and bring up old settings. There's a material button, so probably it's in the way the lights look. Diameter, you got a voltage knob here, a speed knob here. Diameter is probably your wire thickness. Torch, that might be for changing between MIG, TIG, or stick. Material, and then I'm sure you can put whatever feed settings you typically like, hit your save, and then you can bring that up later. Obviously I haven't used it yet to give you a good review, but packaged well, comes out pretty light. Being that it's 110 or 220, it would be a really good portable, or throw it in the back of a truck. Might be able to run it off a generator, I don't know. I would imagine you can. I just don't know what size generator you would need. Or for the average guy that doesn't weld a whole lot but wouldn't mind having one in their garage for the 3-4 times a year that you might need a welder. Hopefully I get a little more use out of it, but not too much, because typically if I'm welding, I'm either trying to pull broken bolts or stuff like that.